from. Help us out by sharing this stream. We hope to connect with a few of you, maybe some new people today. We're doing this every day this week just to have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of a few laughs, or you can laugh at our expense, either way, But we're just going to take a couple minutes here and let everybody get on. I'm going to share this thing on my timeline because I believe in the cause of joy. I believe in the cause of fun. That's where I'm at. It's just where I'm at with it. So go ahead. If you want to be a champion for the cause, share it on your timeline. Hopefully, like I said, we get some fresh faces in here. Hi, Michelle. Say hi where you're watching from. Comment and I will see it. Maybe give you a shout out. I might even do this right here and put you on screen. Michelle says hello. Look at that. Isn't that great? So go ahead and say hello. We're going to have a little bit of fun. If you caught yesterday's stream, you know that it was hilarious. Tracy Irwin was on yesterday, and we had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun, and it was just hilarious. So hopefully today will be equally as hilarious or even more. So, and before I reveal who we're bringing on, like I said, we're just going to get a few people on. Hey, Jared Horn watching from Virginia. Hello, Heather Payne. Hi. Bless you guys. Look at that. Jared Horn watching from Virginia. That's great. What up, Devin? Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Michelle, all the way from Lutz. That's what's up. I hope you guys have been enjoying these. We just, I just felt like it'd be a good idea to have a little bit of fun, bring some levity to the situation that we're in. Obviously praying for the demise of COVID and all that, still continuing to intercede, still continuing to seek the Lord. But I just have this conviction that God is in a good mood and he's a lot of fun. So today we're going to have a new fivefold overseer from the resting place. We're going to ask them some embarrassing questions. And we might even, if you put in a comment with a really good question and I like it, I might ask that question. So who knows? Who knows? You could get your question on air. Hey, D'Angelo. D'Angelo says, hey. We say, hey back. Hello. Bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We got about 15 people on right now, just getting a few people in here. My wife is commenting, saying, watching from the highest bedroom in Florida, because that's not awkward. Anyway, she's probably putting my 9-month-old to sleep because she's superhuman and runs on very little sleep. We both do, but she sleeps less than me, that's for sure. So yeah, comment, say where you're watching from, say hi. We'd love to give you a shout out. Today we have an amazing leader at the resting place, someone who, without them, we would have most assuredly been sunk or, I don't know, sued or something by now. They have just been a pivotal part of the launch, and it was I was walking down memory lane today because a year ago today, we actually brought all of our things into this building. We were doing a setup teardown church, and we brought it all over here, and the building I'm in right now. And the only reason that's possible is because of this person. So I'm gonna bring him on. I'm just no further ado. I'm gonna bring him on. We're gonna have some fun today. And without further ado, everybody, Scott Smylie. Hello, Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Caleb. This is a good day.
It is a good day. We're practicing our social distancing measures, right?
Separate.
Yes. Well, you look good. You sound good. Hopefully, we embarrass you a little bit today. But
here we go.
Come on. But what I said was totally true. Without you, man, we would be in so much trouble. I mean, you've been pivotal to everything. I'm so grateful for that time. We sat down at what was the name of the restaurant?
Maggiano's.
That's right. On Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Yep. And we just
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Wow. 2 years ago today. That's crazy to think about. But and from there, it was a hilarious it's been a fun journey. It's been hilarious at times, but it's been awesome. Without you, we'd be in a whole different situation. Michelle says, hey, Scott. Hello. Thank you, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, give Scott some love. Say hi. Scott has been working diligently, getting so many things behind the scene going, not just recently, but throughout the lifetime of our church. And he has a teacher's anointing for sure. And he's the overseer of our teaching company at the resting place, Tampa. And Daniel Long said, "What do you want from a gator?" with an exclamation point. I don't know what that means, except I know that Scott went to that school. Is that what you mean? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure. Do you want to interpret that for us, Scott?
I don't know. I think you might be speaking Seminole, and
Oh, I see.
it's a little choppy.
Oh,
There you go.
get him. Starting out hot. Okay. Well, as you all continue to log on and everything, this is just one-on-one and one-on-one at one is just supposed to be fun. And yeah, just kind of silly and everything. And so I'm going to ask Scott here some questions. He has no idea what these questions are. I have not revealed them to him. And so he's going to be just as surprised as all of you are. And like I said earlier, if you put your own question in the comments and I like it, I might use it, you know? So, oh gosh, I don't know if I want this question, but Melanie's asking it. It says, Scott, what's the best story you have on Caleb?
What's the best story I have on Caleb?
I mean, I put it on the screen, so maybe you should answer it. There we
Maybe
go.
I should answer it.
Maybe you should. What's the best story? And probably by best, she means like most embarrassing or ridiculous or
I'm trying to think.
or amazing or you know,
or amazing. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
all of the above.
Well, the amazing is too long for this particular stream, but I think the most surprising thing was the level of competitiveness in the three-legged race when we did the first picnic. That just totally took me off guard, and you're a little savage on the three-legged race there with Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy was my partner, for the record. So I wasn't being savage against Jimmy.
No.
It was savage against everyone else.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to win.
I think I shocked a few people that day, you know, but I'd say often, you know, I'm not good at losing because it doesn't happen that often. You know, that's just the deal.
Right?
No, I'm a pretty competitive guy, for sure. It's fun. Why not play? If you're going to play to win. That's where I'm at with that. So whatever.
That's right.
You know? All right. I like it. That was a good question. Let's get going into some of my prepared questions here. Are you ready, Scott?
Bring it.
Just give me the gut reaction to this stuff. Okay. Gut reaction. What would you name your boat if you had one?
What would I name my boat? Probably Big Dipper.
Big Dipper. Why is that? Please tell us.
You asked for the gut reaction. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Big Dipper.
Yeah.
Like in relation to the constellation, Big Dipper?
Yes. I'm not a chew dipper, so it would probably be something with the stars.
The stars, because boating out on the sea, you have a great view of the stars out of the light, man-made light, only God-made light. I dig it.
Yep. Navigating by
the stars.
By the stars, yeah.
Yeah. And taking a dip in the water. It's a double entendre of sorts. So
yeah, I like the double entendres.
You do. You're good at them.
Yeah.
You're good. We got a couple double entendres coming down the pipe with some things going on, but this is no business time. This is fun time. I like it. Big Dipper. If you guys like that, go ahead and give it thumbs, hearts, maybe a thumbs down. I don't know if we can do that. If you hate it, I don't know. Anyway, no, it's good. That was a good name. I like it. Next question. What fictional character would you think would be the most boring to meet in real life? Which fictional character would be the most boring to meet?
Which fictional character? Well, that's interesting. There's
like you're like on the lowest on the list. Like this would be, you know, like number one would be whoever. I'd be excited about them, and the lowest on the list would be like I would just really not care if I met them. Fictional character.
Fictional character. The first one that comes to mind was Mr. Banks.
Mr. Banks.
Yes, we'd probably in the last 6 months kind of run through the Mary Poppins. I think with the Disney Plus and everything else, and so he's just kind of a overstarched fuddy-duddy. And so he would be at the bottom of the list. I mean, even though the whole
Fuddy-duddy.
movie was about the redemption of Mr. Banks more than it was the kids in Mary Poppins, he was just overstarched. You know, it's like some people kind of have like starch in their underwear. Everything's just kind of rigid and they're just no fun. And that's kind of how I see him, which is what puts him at the bottom of the list.
Starch in their underwear. Nobody likes a guy with starch in their underwear. I like
No.
it. I like it. I think what the first thing that pops in my head for that is and Willy Wonka, I can't remember the kid's name, but his like great uncle or whatever who sits in bed the whole time
Oh, yeah.
and then hops out at the end for all the glory.
That's right. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't pull the name up either.
Me neither. Anyway,
Willy Wonka.
I don't
We
know.
got our golden ticket.
There you go. I don't know if he has overstarched underwear, but I don't think I'd like to meet him. It'd just be like, all right, whatever. Who cares? Anyway, all right. Next question. What is the best and worst purchase you've ever made? So double question. Best and worst purchase.
Double question. Worst purchase. Worst
Either one.
purchase. Gosh, that's you got to kind of like scroll through the Rolodex of odd purchases. I'm trying to think that. I don't typically have like a lot of regrets. Like if it was a bad purchase, it's just like toss it and move on. Like
whatever.
It doesn't stick. Best purchase. So it's probably, on that one, I would have to go with the engagement ring.
Oh,
for Nicole.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that was a fun purchase. And,
I like it. So
kind of meaningful. A little gushy.
Kind of meaningful, he says. Kind of.
Yeah. It was part of something that was, kind of significant.
A big deal. Not that one time.
Yeah.
I would answer the same, except I didn't buy my wife's engagement ring. It was given to me. We were given 3 different rings. I don't know.
Wow.
So I'll hold you again there, Scott. I mean, God gave us our engagement ring.
Listen, don't be getting all Mormon or something. Like multiple rings.
3 rings for one person.
One person.
Of them.
One person.
She only wears 1. Doesn't wear 3. It's whatever. Pam Hires says brownie points. My mom says brownie points for that answer. Hopefully Nicole is watching,
I should catch it on the live stream if not.
Yeah. Michelle,
the replay.
Answer. Bill Vanderbush says, you guys with a cool face. I'm going to interpret that, Bill, as you guys are cool. That's what I'm taking because Bill Vanderbush is one of the coolest cats in the kingdom. He's pretty much the Elvis of the kingdom of God. That's just my position on that. So,
so a cool gift that I did get, speaking of Elvis, was Nicole's dad listened to a lot of Elvis. And so for Christmas this year, we got him the Las Vegas Elvis outfit sweatshirt. So it's just like a regular hoodie, but it is decked out like Elvis bling.
Oh my gosh.
So that was a sweet purchase that we picked up here recently.
I like it.
Shipped from China without the COVID.
There you go. Man, if you ever go to Israel with me, speaking of Elvis, I'll take you to the most ridiculous Elvis coffee shop in existence. In Israel, there's an Elvis coffee shop. It's so hilarious. It's ridiculous. I mean, in all places, right? In all places. Anyway, I like it. Going with the sweet answers. Okay, that's good. If you had to change your name, what would your new name be and why?
If I had, wow. Well, I really like Smylie, so that would be a tough.
First name. What if you had
first name?
Yeah.
If I had to change my name, wow. So
now we're not going to make you do it.
We're not.
All right. So no pressure.
Well, it's like trying to go with like gut reactions, and I'm like,
sure.
It's like kind of crickets. I'm like,
It's okay. It's okay, Scott. We all have cricket moments.
Yeah. I mean, like the first thing that popped into my head was Theophilus, but that's sort of like an awkward
Theopolis.
Greek.
Yeah.
Theophilus, yeah.
That means beloved or lover of God, I think. So that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not
It
bad.
just kind of a little cheesy, like church dad joke almost. Joe Exotic, no thank you.
Paige has a
Paige.
suggestion. Paige has a suggestion. Joe Exotic.
Oh, well,
No.
consider, anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
We're going with Theopolis.
I guess I will. I
All right.
will.
I like it. Lover of God. I like it.
Yes,
2 books of the Bible addressed to you. Why not?
that's
Why not?
right.
There is a theory out there that Theopolis is not actually a real person and that those books are written to any lover of God. So there you
Could
go.
go with that.
Little nugget for you, theological nugget. All right. What's your biggest screw up in the kitchen, Scott? The people want to know. Biggest
In the kitchen. In the kitchen. I tend to avoid I tend to avoid the kitchen on the
I
baking
don't go
side.
in there.
Yeah.
I don't go in the
Well,
kitchen.
the thing is, Nicole's such a good cook that I
Mm,
don't, the biggest, I'm trying to think of what I've burned lately.
lately.
Yeah, we about overdid the Eggo waffles this morning. Yeah. Um, the biggest.
We're
There were
about
some
2 for 2.
steaks that I've overdone.
Okay. Overdone some
So
steak.
that's pretty serious when you kind
Yeah.
of you screw up the timing on it, and then you got like a nice piece of leather to chew on. But
Ugh.
I tend to watch them like a hawk because you only do that once. You
Yeah.
should.
Right.
You should only do it once.
Right. You don't want to. I mean, steak's just one of those things you don't want to mess up. I mean, if you're having steak, yeah, that's a pretty big party foul right there. And then it is like chewing on leather.
Yeah,
Man, that's heartbreaking. We're 2 for 2
it
at this
is.
point with our leaders because Tracy doesn't cook. Yesterday, you avoid the kitchen. We'll
Well,
see.
I can because Nicole just rocks it out. So it's not
Right.
like I'm hungry or
Right.
something. I just I got cleanup duty.
So your wife just kills it, and that's totally acceptable, I would say. I think that's good. I love it. What's the worst commercial you've ever seen, and why is it so bad? Or recently? Least liked commercial, hated commercial.
Wow, these days.
This is people.
I've
I
got to
just want to
think because we've kind of gotten on the streaming binge, and so
right.
there's not as many commercials. Um, you know, I initially liked some of the Dr. Pepper commercials with the Fanville, and then that's kind of gotten overplayed
Mm,
for me. Um, the
big fat
Dilly Dilly was actually one of my favorite.
right, right,
The
right.
old Bud Light because then
Those are
I
funny.
was busy googling like there must be some cultural reference that I'm missing because I don't watch a lot of stuff on HBO, and so I wasn't sure if I was missing something.
What
And
is it?
then it turned out it's nothing.
Nothing.
There was like no backstory. It was just something silly that they did for the commercials. But that one caused about 15 minutes of googling trying to figure out that Dilly Dilly was actually just meaningless.
Right. Pamela Christopher hit my least favorite on the head right there. 877 cash now. Oh my gosh. I can't stand those commercials. It's or it's call 877 cash now. The singing commercial where
Oh,
they
I don't think
know
I've
that one?
seen that one.
Oh,
No.
just avoid it. Avoid it for the rest of your life. It's the worst. They do these like if you need long-term settlements and you need cash now, or whatever those type of commercials.
Singing?
They sing and then it's a big opera thing. It's the most obnoxious thing in the world. I can't stand that commercial.
My kids can't stand the Progressive on Ice because that one gets played a lot on
Mhm.
whatever it is, Lego Masters or whatever we're watching at the moment.
Right. James says Doritos finger cleaner is his
That's
best commercial. I misread that. I thought that was the least favorite. Best commercial. I don't know what that commercial is, but knowing James, it's probably slightly gross. Like they're probably licking their fingers or something. Anyway, he likes that kind of stuff. Anyway, sorry, James. Oh yeah, Stephen Curry, Morgan and Morgan doesn't like those commercials. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I like the knockoffs. Like you might
Oh
be
yeah,
entitled to compensation for whatever the latest memes are.
right.
But yeah, the originals are overdone.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions that I asked Tracy yesterday. Some fan favorites, I think.
All right.
All right, give it to us straight. Give it to us straight. What is the most useless talent you have, Scott? The most useless talent you have.
Probably the most useless would probably be uh, my beatboxing talent.
Uh-oh.
So
I mean, do we are we gonna let this go without having an example?
without a little sample.
I mean,
Um,
let's just sit back and enjoy, people.
so a little.
Yes,
So
I love it. Come on,
courtesy
live.
of YouTube training.
I love it. Learn
I'm trained
beatbox
by a professional
on YouTube.
on
Learn
YouTube.
I love it. That's great. That is great and pretty useless.
It in no way affects anything that I do.
Nope. I mean, we got the comments are pouring in. People are begging you to do it. I guess it's a lag, but I mean, now we'll just see if they're pleased or not. If you love Scott's beatboxing, let us know in the comments or thumbs up and hearts. So yeah, it's exploding. It's exploding with joy. The hearts and thumbs are coming like crazy right now. So man, thank you, Scott. We
Oh,
needed that's what we needed in this COVID riddled environment. That's what we needed.
well, I've been totally inspired by this guy Wes, whose videos have gone viral with the rapping the fox on socks.
Oh gosh.
So I have contributed to the. I think he's probably hit 1 million views by now in 2 weeks.
Because of you.
Yeah, I'm probably a good third of that because I just play it on repeat.
Right.
You know,
You're the
box
reason.
on socks and box and socks, and it just it kind of gets catchy. My kids are almost annoyed by it now. Wow, that just happened.
James Boswell. That just happened. Yes. Sandy Ullman is advocating for you to beatbox the announcements on Sunday. I don't know if that'd be the most effective way to get those, Anyway.
It's yeah. Now maybe once it's on the internet, it's there.
There
Thank you,
forever.
Gigi. Yeah.
Here it is. Scott.
I don't know that that's a pretty high standard.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm so glad that happened, honestly. All right. What's a body part that you wouldn't mind losing and why? Now, as he thinks of this, I want to just explain a little bit here. Scott's a teacher. He likes to have things well thought through. Okay. So there might be a little bit of buffer time for him to really think of the consequences of his answers here. But
Well, I mean, yes, the first thing that comes to mind obviously is the appendix because that's
right.
just but that's so like easy. The
Yeah.
thing that I don't know that you really need is kind of like that little skin at the elbow. Like I think you could probably tack some of that off, and it wouldn't be it just
There's a
wouldn't be
name
that
for that,
necessary.
There's a name for that.
Like the flab on the arm.
That part of your arm. I think there's a technical name for that. Do you know what that name is?
Elbow.
No, there's another name for it that I don't want to be wrong about. It sounds slightly inappropriate. So maybe let's just move on. What is the dumbest way you've ever been injured, Scott? Quickly tell the people.
The dumbest way I've ever been injured
Yeah.
was probably on a ski slope. We were done skiing, we're wrapping up for the day, and I was walking in my ski boots. I had taken my ski boots off. I was just in my hiking boots and hit a patch of ice. And it was one of those like cartoon moments where you're just like going and going, and you're like, "Dear God, I'm either going to biff it horribly and then like I stuck the landing, and it was like didn't fall. And then I was like, and then I realized I took all of the torque into my low back.
Oh no.
And yeah, I was laid out for quite a while. And it's probably been 15 years of a little bit of low back pain from
Wow.
that goofy windmill moment.
Wow.
But I was with a couple of my friends, and they thought that was the funniest thing that they had seen. And so in my pain, they were laughing and mocking me.
What is
So
that? What is that about when those you dearly love get injured? You you laugh so hard. What is that?
I think in this case, I just look foolish.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's part that's just like either it's a way of like blowing off stress. I know sometimes like I end up like chuckling in sort of tense situations because it's like, what else are you going to do? Like,
Right.
I'm going to be sad. Like,
Right. 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 Well, mostly I'm wanting some therapy here because my wife laughs at me when I get hurt every single time, and I'm just looking for advice, how to cope with that because I'm a words of affirmation guy, and
she
anyway.
just gives you a nice cold glass to suck it up. And
Oh my gosh, she just thinks it's the funniest thing ever when I get hurt, and I probably do look pretty ridiculous, but it's okay. My wife loves me. I'm just being funny, but it's true. She does laugh at me when I get hurt, and I'm very curious as to why every time. Who is the messiest person that you know? Scott Smylie.
who is the messiest person? That's kind of a
Yes,
loaded question.
it is.
There's a lot of ways you could get in trouble with this question.
It's totally loaded. I mean, loaded to the max.
Who is the messiest person? I will. I will choose probably my son Luke.
There you
We have
go.
to help him clean up the room the most.
I was wondering which boy it would be. Scott has 3
He,
boys, everybody, if you're wondering.
yes, and he's the one that wants to keep everything.
Yep.
So that just kind of creates its own challenge.
Yeah. We're trying to train Judah that he doesn't need to carry all of his toys all at one time. He picks them all up and got like a 3 stuffed animals, all these different things, and he just walks around with it, and he's tripping over himself, and it's just ridiculous. So he's probably gonna be messy. Yeah. My mom is trying to counsel you, Scott. So let's
Don't
just
mess up now. Yeah. Thank you, Pam. The Lord has given me a little bit of discernment, and there are some options that, even if they were the option, are not the option.
right. Not an option. Not an option. Amber says Luke for 2000. Yes, that's how it goes.
That's
Okay. Couple more questions. What is the worst smelling place you've ever been? Everybody wants to know so badly. I mean, I can feel it. This is the one they've been waiting for.
this is the moment.
This is the moment.
It's funny because Nicole and I were just talking about that, just kind of following up on yesterday, and we came to the conclusion that the African squatty potties are the worst smelling places we have ever been. There was one. We were in. Where were we? We were in Tanzania. And we were on this, we were in the Ngorongoro crater. I see Jamadi's comment.
Yeah.
We were in the Ngorongoro crater, and they stopped for lunch at this kind of this part of the park, and they had the outhouses there. For me, that was probably one of the
Yeah.
worst smelling places.
Yeah, I can imagine. That sounds pretty awful.
Well, because mostly it's a concrete slab with a hole,
Mm-hmm.
and then they carve out 2 footprints so you know where to put your feet for
Right.
squatting.
Right. In case you're wondering where your feet
Yeah,
go.
that's right. For those that can't figure out the obvious,
Right. Your feet do not go in the hole. They go next to the hole on
that's
either
right.
side. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, wow. Well, I can relate. I understand that because I have been, for some reason, every time I've been through the Frankfurt, Germany airport. I'm sorry, Germany, your bathrooms are awful. They're
They're
just terrible.
usually like the spigots. That's like one of the most Spartan airports.
Dude,
Um,
every time I've been, I refuse to use the restroom. It's like one of those things. You open the door, you walk in, you just walk right out. It
like
hits
I'd
you in the
rather get back on the plane.
yeah. It just slams you right in the face, and it's like, oh. And they got the same setup. They got just the stall with the hole in the ground at the airport in
Wow,
Frankfurt. Yeah,
I don't remember that.
it.
Maybe
I'm
we
telling
passed on that too when we came through Frankfurt.
you, you are blessed, my friend, for sure. Okay, two more questions. What is the most ridiculous thing someone has tricked you into doing in your life? I don't know if you're the gullible kind, Scott, but
Typically, I I pay pretty close attention
no
to
one's tricked you
things.
into anything ever?
I won't say that.
Okay.
I won't say that. Um,
Could be as a kid,
yeah,
teenager, trying to impress somebody. I don't know.
you know, probably when I was in. So there was summer camp, and they were doing all of the like, uh, new camper like punk tricks,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think of which one, because my memory's a little vague. Because there were some that I remember seeing done, and then there were some that I think they were that I had pulled on me.
Right. Camp is always that time where it happens. You get
Yeah,
pranked or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't. I don't think this. The one that comes to mind, and I don't. I think I was more a part of it than victimized by it.
Ah,
Was the the old, are you strong enough to do a sit up with your eyes closed versus open? And
yes.
yeah, there's usually something for the person's face to meet because their eyes are closed, and we'll keep it sanitary here for for everyone. But that was one that I definitely remember going around our camp.
And I just want to get the record straight here. You were a contributor to this.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
looped into part of that.
Wow. Well, we'll have a conversation about that later. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's hilarious.
Three Hail Marys and a couple of
Yeah.
our fathers, and we'll be good.
Yikes. Okay. So
Just
speaking of
kidding.
our Father, yes, that was a joke, everybody. Speaking of our Father, before we go, yeah, a bunch of people can relate to the camp stuff for sure. Before we go, love to hear how and when you gave your life to the Lord and what that was like for you and what just the circumstances surrounding it. Just
Yeah.
a couple minutes. Yeah.
So I grew up as a pastor's kid in the Worldwide Church of God. So we were, this was a spinoff of the Seventh Day Adventists for those that sometimes confuse it with regular Church of God.
Mm,
We were not charismatic at all. And so we were just super hyper legalistic. And so
mm,
I grew up always aware of God in church, from the womb.
mhm,
But for me, growing up in the legalistic culture, through high school and early college, kind of had to deconstruct my theology and then rebuild it
mm,
consistent, with evangelical view. And so for me, the moment that I kind of point to was Christmas Day, 1999, in Gainesville, where I chose to be baptized. And
wow.
so we went over to a friend's pool, and it was cold. And my dad, who had actually made the theological shift with and really led our family in a lot of the moving to mainstream evangelical thought, I had him baptize me.
Wow.
And so that was kind of the line in the sand moment where I made the decision that said, from this point on, I'm following Jesus.
Yeah, on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day,
That's cool. What?
born again on the birthday.
Come on, I love it. And was it cold? I mean,
It was brisk. I mean, it's in Gainesville, so like
yeah.
it's not like being up north. But yeah, the pool was cold. It was chilly, and but
Hey,
I remember it.
hey, there's a measure of commitment there, you know,
Yeah,
to cold weather, pool, outdoors.
got to jump in.
Yeah, because you could have been like, you know what? Let's do it in the bathtub with some hot water. But no, you went for it. I love it. That's awesome. And how old were you? I forgot or didn't catch that.
Let's see. I would have to do the math. So yeah, around 24.
Okay. Wow. And your dad, that's so special. Your dad got to be the
Yeah,
one to do that, and having him be that, like you said, shifting you guys into more of a mainline denominational, uh, yeah, Protestant, whatever you want to say, evangelical, like you said. So wow, special. I've met your dad. He's a pretty awesome dude. I think he's got a major anointing, so that's cool. Well, thank you, Scott. Thanks for laughing with us. Thanks for embarrassing yourself, and
my
thank you.
pleasure.
Oh my Lord, thank you for beatboxing live with that tiny little Apple headphones. There it is again. Come on.
Yeah. So
Yes. Come on. Twice.
yeah,
Twice.
put
Wow.
it in
I
the
don't know what
record
else.
book.
Come on. I don't know what else do people want. I mean, what else can we give them? I mean, just got to hit there. Just the way it's got to go.
It's next level for the next people
I know. I
coming
mean,
on.
those poor things, they're just, I don't know if any of them can beatbox. We'll see.
Setting the
We'll see.
standard high.
I'm sure that Jimmy Borrego will have some ridiculousness to do, and Sandy will just be fun. There's only 2 left, so, not ruining it. You don't know who's tomorrow, so it's all good. Well, thank you, Scott. Everybody say thank you so much to Scott for taking time out of your day to do this. Just really feel like laughter, a merry heart makes good medicine, right?
It
And
does.
it's just a really good thing to do. So thank you, Scott. Thanks for coming on. You guys
My
can
pleasure.
just in the comments real quick before we go. Uh, the best box is my food for the week. The beat box is my food for the. Okay, yeah, there you go. I'm assuming that's what that means. Thank you guys for watching. William, Amber, Abraham, Pam, everybody for logging on. Really appreciate you commenting. There was something here from Paige Wilson Brown. I felt like we should read. Talking about gullibility. She was once tricked into buying $300 worth of facial products at the mall. Oro Gold. I'm not sure what that is, but then she's not even sure either. She's not sure how it happened. She doesn't normally talk to people, so okay, Paige. We all get gulled, whatever, beguiled into things,
Fooled.
except for Scott, apparently, who is the one doing the fooling. He's the one initiating the fooling. So
Maybe.
maybe, allegedly.
Allegedly. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Right. So good. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Bless you all. We will be back tomorrow for one-on-one at 1. I will eventually be able to say that this week, but with a new fivefold leader. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day.